Well, percenters, welcome back, Coach Tommy. The Denver Nuggets need to do this trade right now.
So we'll discuss the trade that the Denver Nuggets need to do right now. But before we start, please make sure to like, comment, and game first in field goal percentage, second in three-point shooting percentage, and they're even third in assists. Of course, this is mostly due to the two-time back-to-back former MVP Nikola Jokic. The Joker is averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists while shooting 63% from the field, 80% from the free throw line, and 34% from three. Jokic has some of the best footwork and post moves from any big man in the game. He's great at using his massive 285-pound frame to either bully defenders or shield them away from the ball with his body, which obviously makes it extremely difficult for opposing defenders, especially the smaller centers and forwards. And the thing is, the majority of centers in the NBA are actually kind of small compared to him in terms of weight, which means if you don't double team him in the post, it's almost a guaranteed bucket, which is evidenced by his remarkable efficiency. Another elite aspect to his post game is how unorthodox he is. He may very well be the most awkward superstar in NBA history. Jokic is so unpredictable down low.
I don't know what's unorthodox about it.
He's the most elite defenders and shot blockers. He loves using runners and hook shots when he gets down close to the basket, and they involve little to no athleticism, so it doesn't look pretty, but with his soft touch, he can make practically anything. But of course, what really makes him different and unique is his insane court vision and playmaking ability. The Joker is arguably the best passer in the NBA, with LeBron, Luka, Halliburton, and Chris Paul being his only competition at the moment. He's one of the most unselfish superstars in the league.
Get Halliburton out of that list.
Second in the NBA in passes made and sixth in the NBA in potential assists. At 6.3 assists per game for his career so far, there has never been another center in the league quite like Jokic. On the defensive end, while he isn't elite, he's pretty solid for the most part, and he's even averaging 1.3 steals per game. As for Jamal Murray, he's averaging 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists while shooting 44% from the field and 38% from the three-point line. He really isn't elite in any one category. He's passing and shooting the ball pretty well, but nothing spectacular. He's a borderline all-star point guard, and as his confidence continues to grow post-ACL injury, he will become even more valuable for this Nuggets team. Offensively, Murray doesn't really have any flaws. He's a tough shot maker, good catch-and-shoot threat, crafty and smart finisher around the basket, solid playmaker, and more importantly, he has great chemistry with Nikola Jokic. Their skill sets work very well together. And while he isn't fully back to his old self, he's a lot closer than many people think. Some NBA fans are making it seem like a healthy Jamal Murray was putting up 25 points per game before his injury. But in fact, before his injury in 2020, he was averaging 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4
He just went crazy in that one series against
35 minutes. And like we mentioned earlier, he's now averaging
Utah, I think.
3 and 5 while shooting 38% from deep on 5 attempts in only 29 minutes per game. So imagine, if you will, if he played around 31 to 33 minutes per night. He would definitely be caught up to, or maybe even surpass, his numbers before the injury. Murray's game is headed in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. And as the season progresses, so will his play. Another player that's been playing great for the Nuggets this season so far and has seemingly been going under the radar is Michael Porter Jr. He's averaging 16 points and 6 rebounds while shooting 46% from the field and 42% on 7 attempts per game. MPJ is definitely the most versatile scorer on the roster.
Hell effing no. This fool just said he's the most versatile scorer on the roster.
7 attempts per game. MPJ is definitely the most versatile scorer on the roster.
Hell to the no.
66% from within 5 feet on 2.8 attempts. And that's also while he's shooting.
He gets spoon-fed most of his shots.
24 feet. The 6'10", 24-year-old has been very efficient. And when he gets into the mid-range, he can become deadly with his soft touch and balance. What really makes him such a great fit within the offense is his elite catch and shoot ability. He's shooting 44% on catch and shoot threes on about 4.5 attempts. Porter's also becoming more comfortable with playing off ball, and with Jokic playing the point most of the game, there's really no surprise why. The Joker is always looking to pass out to open shooters, especially when he sees the double team. However, Porter isn't a player on the roster who's relied on to make catch and shoot threes. That man is Bones Highland. Nah'Shon Bones Highland is shooting 43% on catch-and-shoot opportunities on 2.7 attempts per game in just his second year in the league. Currently, Bones is averaging 14 points and 3 assists while shooting 40% from the field and 43% from the 3 on 6 attempts per game. He is quickly proving to be one of the best young scorers in the NBA. The 22-year-old is extremely shifty and quick, which makes him a one-on-one nightmare already. One can only imagine how good he'll be in just a few seasons. Aaron Gordon's also having a very underrated season. He's averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists while shooting 60% from the field and 37%.
Aaron Gordon's the glue.
And just like all the other players we've mentioned, Gordon is incredibly efficient in shooting 73% from within 5 feet of the basket on 6 attempts per game.
Discover Ghirardelli chocolate chips.
Aaron Gordon's the glue.
Of delicious.
Joker's the motor.
We know what a few of you are probably
Also the
thinking.
steering wheel.
Have a 2-time former MVP played great. MPJ playing the best ball of his career so far. Bones Highland emerging as a legit scoring threat. Aaron Gordon balling out at a very high level. And they are in
Aaron
the top
Gordon
tier of the
shouldn't be
conference.
shooting so many
Why
threes.
on earth should they make a trade? Well, the answer to that one is actually pretty simple. It's their horrible defense. The Nuggets are in a shootout every single night they play. They're currently the 26th ranked defense, and the only defenses worse are the San Antonio Spurs, Orlando Magic, Houston Rockets, and Detroit Pistons. So yeah, anytime you're in the mix with those teams, it's almost never a good thing. And the thing that's most confusing about the Nuggets is on paper, they have one of the better defensive rosters in the entire NBA. They've got Aaron Gordon, Bruce Brown, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Devin Reed, and even the rookie Christian Brown are all really good defenders and pretty versatile as
What
well.
the hell? Those fools
Really,
never play
it's their
together.
lack of effort. Their hustle is awful at times and almost non-existent at other times. Honestly, if they had a more challenging schedule, they definitely would.
If it's just
Really,
effort.
lack of effort. Their hustle is awful at times. Caldwell-Pope, Devin Reed, and even the rookie Christian Brown are all really good defenders and pretty versatile as well. But really, it's their lack of effort. Their hustle is awful at times and almost non-existent at other times. Honestly, if they had a more challenging schedule, they definitely wouldn't be in the position they're in now.
I hate when people say it's just defensive effort.
It's because of their poor defense, maybe the paper tiger.
So then why would you even need to make a trade? If it's just effort, you can just yell at them to get more effort.
Of the West. 8 of their last 12 games came against the Thunder. The Thunder again, twice against the Rockets, twice against the Spurs, once against the Lakers, and once against the Knicks. Some of their most recent losses came against the Pelicans, Hawks, and Celtics, 3 of the better teams in the NBA. So while they do have a really good offense, they lack defensive backbone. And since Nikola Jokic is 27 years old, it'll be 28 in just a few months, he's definitely in a win-now mode and wants a championship ring.
In a win-now mode, he's got at least 5 more years.
A good defense and a high-quality
Because his game is not
all-star
predicated on his
those changes
athleticism.
are becoming a lot less likely. But never fear, Nuggets fans. We might have a solution. Send Michael Porter Jr., Bones Highland, and Christian Brown to the Miami Heat for Jimmy Butler. Yep, this is going to be a controversial idea.
What?
But it works well for both teams. Send Michael Porter Jr., Bones Highland, and Christian Brown to the Miami Heat for Jimmy Butler.
No.
Yeah, this is going to be a controversial
No way.
idea, but it works well for both teams. First,
Hell no.
let us explain why for the Miami Heat. The Heat are 26th in points per game,
Jimmy Butler don't shoot threes,
25th in
and I'm not trading 3 players for Jimmy Butler.
percentage, 27th in rebounding, and 8th in turnovers, while also not being an elite defensive team they once were. While they're still a decent defensive team overall, it's not comparable to other teams in the conference like the Bucks and Celtics.
Heat have lesser athletic players, lesser players, but it's the Heat culture. It's the Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra. The schemes are all around defense. You ain't playing if you're not playing super hard on
Point is,
defense.
They are far from a championship team. I don't think anyone thinks they have a chance at a title over the Celtics, Bucks, or even 76ers. And no offense to Jimmy Butler, but he's not a number 1 option on a championship team. He's in the same category as Paul George and Chris Middleton, who are all immensely talented with elite skill, but they're more second fiddle players. And again, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Any championship needs that Robin to a Batman, and Jimmy would be a pretty high-end Robin. While Bam Adebayo has been playing much better as of late, averaging 21, 9.
I don't know, man. Would you guys do this, Jimmy Butler?
And if the Heat were playing,
I'll go Jimmy Butler for Michael Porter Jr. straight up. I'll throw in Christian Brown, but I'm not giving up Bones.
3 years old. Their point guard Kyle Lowry is 36. One of their best defenders, Victor Oladipo, is
33
injured, and
years
is
old. You
yet.
slow down
Robinson
on
and
defense
Tyler Hero both become
with
unplayable in
age.
the playoffs due to their lack of defense. Based on all of that, it should be pretty obvious how it's not looking.
And Jimmy
good.
plays pretty rugged, so he's got some
He's arguably earned a chance at a ring at this point, and the chance he gets it in a Heat uniform is slim to none.
Earned a chance at a ring? What the hell?
Jr., Bones, and Christian Brown, this could be amazing for Miami's future. Could you imagine Bones and Porter Jr. being coached by Eric Spoelstra? They would be in good.
Eric Spoelstra would cut Michael Porter Jr.
Porter Jr., Bones Highland, Tyler Hero, and the rookie.
And he'd age 20 years trying to coach Bones Highland.
Jimmy Butler, KCP, Aaron Gordon, and of course Nikola Jokic. If that's not a borderline starting championship lineup, we don't know what is. The addition of Butler would help the Nuggets tremendously.
No, they need some old dude. Look at Jimmy Butler's hair. They need some old dude
He'd bring much needed toughness to
like PJ Tucker to come yell at them all.
Good individual defenders, this could work wonders for them on that end of the floor. Butler is still one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA with elite hands and great anticipation in the passing lanes. On offense, it could be just as good. For one, he's a really good passer, and it's definitely the most underrated part of his game, averaging over 5 assists per game for 8 seasons in a row now. And remember, the Nuggets are one of the best three-point shooting.
Throw out your Nuggets trades, man, because
the playmaker means the shooters will get even more open.
They need some help.
Of course, Jimmy can still score at a high level, and he'll get plenty of easy buckets with Murray and Jokic running the point. But of course, we want to know what you think. Should the Nuggets pursue this trade, or should they just stick to the core they have now and hope their defense improves over the season? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
Let me know your thoughts. Would you trade Jimmy Butler for Michael Porter Jr., Brown, and Bones? Me, hell no. Maybe MPJ and Christian Brown for Jimmy Butler. I would do that for sure. But I'm not throwing in Bones in that. Bones is too valuable right now to this team. And Jimmy Butler, as sad as it sounds, 33 is a little bit old for an elite wing defender. All right, guys, let me know. Until next video, take 14 minutes, 24 seconds, or 1% of your day to get better. Peace.